This is Rap Son, worshiping the Most High God of Israel alone and carrying on the legacies and teachings of my dear father and our dear messenger, Rap the News. Shalom, family. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the seals mentioned in Revelation 6. I believe us to be on the 5th seal where the Most High God is taking his elect. And then from that point on the 6th seal, everything just completely goes downhill. It's just an end game. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first 4 seals that I believe to be happening today.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Tonight, in a massive show of force not seen since the Cold War, 30,000 Russian troops now stationed in Belarus for joint military exercises, stoking fears of an invasion of neighboring Ukraine. Belarusian paratroopers carrying out shooting exercises in the dead of night, preparing for full-scale war games with Russia starting tomorrow. Heavy artillery, including 2 battalions of S-400 surface-to-air missile systems and 12 fighter jets, brought in for the drills which Russia is calling Allied Resolve. But the US and NATO warning these drills could all be a thinly veiled diversion and an excuse to move troops closer to Kyiv, Ukraine's capital, which sits less than 90 miles from the Belarus border. Russia also closing in on Ukraine by sea, moving 6 of its warships into the Black Sea. NATO forces bolstering their presence in the region, holding war games of their own in Estonia in an attempt to deter a Russian invasion.
And when he had opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Well, tonight, a shocking news statistic from the FBI. Murders were up in the biggest increase since the Bureau started keeping those records in 1960. We have more now from CBS's Jeff Pegues.
It's been a year of brazen violence nationwide. 23 shot, including 3 killed outside a nightclub in Florida. A man opens fire at a convenience store in Washington. And in Philadelphia, a shooter in a car fires on a group. 6 were shot, 1 died. Murder rates soared in 2020, up 30%, the largest increase ever. Cities like Memphis, Milwaukee, and Des Moines all set records.
And when he had opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
All right, want to move on to the big story of the day, which is inflation, sticker shock in the grocery aisle, where prices are up a whopping 7.4% in just the past year. So is there any relief in sight? Joining us now is Bert Flickinger, Managing Director at Strategic Resource Group. Bert, good to have you here. And I just want to throw up a graphic real quick to show everybody just the impact these high prices are having at the grocery store, because it looks like it's affecting just about every food group. We've got meat and eggs up by double digits, bread up more than 7%, milk up nearly 7%, you name it. So, Bert, the question is, do you think these prices have peaked, or are we going to move even higher?
Alexis, high and going higher. And
this is Rap the News, and prophecy is unfolding. We are living Revelation right now. Revelation 6:8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, which is self-explanatory. The pale horse is the sickness. The sickness is coming from the dust that's coming from the planet, causing dust pneumonia and sepsis. And the name that sat on was Death, and people are going to start dropping dead like flies they are, and hell followed with them. Then brimstones is rained down, as mentioned in Ezekiel 38:22.
And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God, and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also, and their brethren, that should be killed as they were, should be fulfilled.
And this is the seal that I believe we are on, where the Most High gathers his elect. He's already gathered our messenger, my father, and that's how he starts. He starts with his messengers. And then from that point, then that's Babylon's being destroyed and Edom being repaid for everything that they did to us, his people, Israel. You want to be part of the number that he gathers and not left behind because you're walking hand in hand with the Gentile, because you're desiring something in this world. You want to chase and follow after the lust and serve the false idols of the Gentiles. The Most High ain't dealing with your mess. He doesn't deal in filthiness. So if you want to be unclean, then your unclean ass is going to be left here to be punished and destroyed right along with the Gentiles. It's in game for these nations, Israel. Don't let it be in game for you. There's one seal left, but I believe a lot is going to transpire in this fifth seal. The time of the Gentile is at hand. But let's wrap this up with the sixth seal.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens, and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
This is Rap Son.